Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a really strategic look into Uganda's hospitality sector. We've got this fascinating research document here, and our mission really is to pull out the key insights, maybe some surprising facts, and, the big opportunities that seem to be emerging, especially for businesses thinking about consulting there.
Right.
The data we've seen suggests this, robust resurgence in tourism. An 82.6% growth in international arrivals after the pandemic slump. That's a pretty big jump back. What's really behind such a quick recovery?
Well, what's really interesting, I think, is that it's not just things bouncing back on their own. It feels like a particularly opportune moment.
Okay.
Because the Ugandan government has put serious money on the table. We're talking 430 billion Ugandan shillings.
Wow.
Yeah, directed specifically at boosting infrastructure and, crucially, high-quality places to stay.
Yeah.
And that kind of focused spending, well, it naturally creates a pretty strong demand for specialized skills, for expertise.
We've mentioned this huge government push, but for you listening, what's the actual evidence? The hard numbers showing this investment is really moving the needle. Anything specific jump out?
Oh, absolutely. The projections are, well, they're quite clear. Earnings are forecast to hit something like 5.8 trillion shillings in 2025.
5.8 trillion.
Okay. And international tourists. They're expecting that to climb to 2 million people a year by 2029. And get this, the number of hotels is set to go from around 8,450 up to 9,680 in that same time frame.
Okay, let's unpack this a little because that's significant growth across the board.
It is. And what's fascinating here, it's not just about holidays and safaris. Uganda was actually ranked the 6th most popular spot in Africa for MBCE, meetings, incentives, conferences, exhibitions.
Ah, right, MECE.
Yeah, back in 2020.
Yeah.
And they have a strategy aiming for, I think it's $100 million economic impact just from MECE by 2030.
So that kind of growth, it really screams need for expert help, doesn't it? All the way through operations.
Exactly. From planning to execution, the whole life cycle.
Oh, it sounds like a sector really taking off. But, growth stories always have their, let's say, complexities. From what you've seen, what are the maybe overlooked challenges that could actually be turned into, opportunities?
It's a great question. It's easy to just point at marketing spend, right?
Right.
Uganda spends, less than $2 million a year. Rwanda spends over $30 million. Huge difference.
Yeah, that disparity is striking.
But I think the deeper insight, the real opportunity, lies in what's holding the sector back internally, where the critical needs really are. We've had a pretty significant issue with poor service delivery and unskilled labor. Workers in hotels, even nice safari lodges. Think about it. You're in this amazing place, incredible views, but the basic service just isn't quite there.
Right, that disconnect. It really hits the overall visitor experience.
Precisely. It severely impacts satisfaction, repeat visits, the whole thing. And then, sort of related, there's this opportunity in distressed assets.
Distressed assets.
Yeah. Well, take the Pearl of Africa Hotel. It's iconic, right?
Yeah.
But it's facing auction. Owed something over 600 billion shillings. That's Ugandan shillings.
Goodness.
These situations, they're tough. But they cry out for specialized turnaround expertise, someone who knows how to fix things.
So, fixing existing problems, but what about looking forward? Are there trends like, say, digital tech or sustainability taking hold? Here's where it gets really interesting, I think.
Definitely. We're seeing a real acceleration there.
Yeah.
Digital transformation, sustainability. They're not just buzzwords. MT in Uganda, the big telco, they've partnered with the Hotel Owners Association, the UHOA, to digitize payments.
Okay, practical steps.
And the Uganda Tourism Board, the UTB, they're pushing for things like AI integration, even translation tools to make the visitor experience smoother. It shows a genuine drive to modernize.
Okay, so that leads us nicely to maybe a strategic blueprint. If a firm wants to get involved, wants to capitalize, what's the core idea?
Well, any consulting firm needs a really clear, unique value proposition, a UVP. Oh. You can't just be general. For instance, maybe you become the, quote, leading expert in digital transformation for Ugandan safari lodges. Something specific.
Right. Niche down. Defines your value clearly.
Exactly. It cuts through the noise.
And it's not just enough to be the expert, right? You have to, prove it. How do you build that authority?
That's key. Building brand authority, often through thought leadership, putting out insightful content, and, crucially, compelling case studies.
Ah, the proof.
Yes. Showing quantifiable results. Things like, we helped this client achieve 25% revenue improvement. Or, we boosted occupancy by 40%. Those hard numbers talk.
Makes sense. Tangible results.
And finally, you absolutely need strategic partnerships. It's just non-negotiable. Collaborating with bodies like the UHOA, they have 350 members, or the UTB. Even working with, say, educational institutions like Maker University Business School to help build that skilled workforce we talked about.
Right, building the ecosystem.
It creates credibility, referral networks, everything.
So boiling it all down, what this means for you listening is that Uganda's hospitality sector looks like this really vibrant, opportunity-filled landscape. It's just bursting with potential for smart thinking, for specialized expertise, a market really on the move.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. How can you apply this kind of thinking? Spotting those deep market challenges, the unskilled labor, the distressed assets, and seeing them as critical opportunities. Yeah. Opportunities for specialized solutions, for strategic partnerships, but in your own field, perhaps. What's the equivalent waiting for a fresh perspective in your world?